Good day, everyone. I am Michelle Angela Habaybay Omo, and today I am going to discuss about prose and how I am going to teach it in the class, as well as on how to assess my future students using prose. First of all, we will talk about what prose is. Prose refers to a form of literature having ordinary language and sentence structure. Prose is verbal or written language that follows the natural flow of speech. It is the most common form of writing used in both fiction and non-fiction. Prose comes from the Latin prosa oration, meaning straightforward. We have four common types of prose: the non-fictional prose, fictional prose, heroic prose, and prose poetry. But I chose prose poetry. Prose poetry is a type of writing that combines lyrical and metric elements of traditional poetry with idiomatic elements of prose, such as standard punctuation and the lack of line breaks. I have here an example by Gertrude Stein. Gertrude Stein in 1874 to 1946 was an American writer who was highly influential in the turn of the century Parisian art and literature scene. She was known for her experimental writing style, which included her famous prose poems. The long prose poem Tender Buttons contains the following stanza or paragraph entitled A Box. A box. Out of kindness comes redness, and out of rudeness comes rapid scene question. Out of an eye comes research, out of selection comes painful cattle. So then, the order is that a white way of being round is something suggesting a pin, and is it disappointing? It is not. It is so rudimentary to be analyzed and see as fine substance changing. It is so earnest to have a green point, not to red, but to point again. So, how I will teach prose in the class? First and foremost, I will use a video presentation or a PowerPoint presentation to facilitate our discussion. I believe that these materials are very important nowadays because most students enjoy learning, especially when the teacher is discussing it in the front using these materials, which make them feel comfortable and not bored. Following that, I will ask the students if they learned anything from my discussion or if they learned nothing. This is necessary so that I can determine whether or not I deliver the discussion effectively. This will be an oral recitation to see if the students listened or not. Finally is the silent reading. This strategy is essential for them to focus their own reading without disturbing their seatmates or classmates. Silent reading relies solely on eye movements, with no movements of the lips. Of course, with this strategy, I will set a time limit at least 5 to 10 minutes for them to read. This is critical for the students to practice reading quickly, easily, and fluently. Moving on to the assessment, I will allow the said text search so that students can understand the text they're reading and easily find answers to the following questions. The next step is oration, which allows them to practice delivering speeches by having them read a poem. Finally, journaling, which is used to help students improve their writing skills, such as writing a reflection. Thank you everyone for listening. Once again, this is Michelle Angelo Habaybay Omo. Thank you and God bless.